one more segment before we get to a preview of my top 25 coming out here. I gotta ask straight up. Why are Oklahoma and Missouri running through you? And the reason I say that like that is Oklahoma beats an FBS opponent 51-3. Missouri beats an FCS opponent 51-0. Yet folks are treating OU like they normally treat Mizzou, and Mizzou like they normally treat Oklahoma. I know that there's a broken foot for Jalil Farouk. I know that it looks like we might have a hole at right tackle. But I got to know, why are people somehow so high on Missouri and treating Oklahoma like it's a flash in the pan like Missouri? A lot of this has to do with schedule, but I'm like, Oklahoma's on their schedule. You know what I'm saying? Missouri won 11 games last year. Oklahoma won 10. Okay? Missouri beat Ohio State. They beat Ohio State without their best players and with the third-string quarterback, and it was a close ball game? What am I missing here? You know what I'm saying? And what I'm missing here is they're getting the SEC bump. Because they have getting beat down in the SEC for longer, they're getting a bump from playing in that conference. And that is, frankly, the thing that OU really wanted. It's the reason that they're leaving a conference that they've won 14 conference championships in, and the closest next is 4. So they can join a conference where they're getting the benefit of the doubt that Missouri is getting. Because if Missouri is getting the benefit of the doubt that it should come to Oklahoma, what happens when Oklahoma starts showing people the what, for, and how now in that conference? If Oklahoma runs through Tennessee, runs through Ole Miss, runs through LSU, runs through Missouri, runs through Texas, do you know what people are going to say? That is the team that could take Georgia. That's what they're going to say. And that's all Oklahoma wants, man. That's all Oklahoma wants. Really want the same opportunity to get the benefit of the doubt that goes to Ole Miss, that goes to Missouri, that goes to South Carolina when they happen to beat Clemson. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Vanderbilt getting pub because they beat Virginia Tech. Speaking about the ACC. So we will see. We will see. We will see. My goodness, guys. All right. Let's do a short pass through the top 25 before we get out of here, because I still got to work some things out. But I'm working these things out in real time because as USC has just upset LSU, we got to figure out what to do with that. But I'm going to start with this, dog. I had Ohio State at number 1. That's not the case anymore. That's simply not the case anymore. Georgia held a top 25 team to 3 points. Ohio State trailed a MAC team that has more in common with FCS program than it does with the Buckeyes to the same number of points. But you see how the two things are different? Clemson's a top 25 team and Akron is Akron. At this stage, I'm just going to say to you, style matters. It does. You got to beat people by a lot. If you are, we set a high bar that you need to beat. When the third best team in the SEC can beat Furman 76-0, Ohio State can't afford a slow start. Not with that roster, not with that talent, not at home. When Texas can stop a mud hole in Colorado State and pitch a shutout before playing the Buckeyes' most hated foe, the Buckeyes can't afford to look like a program that needs time to form, time to shape, time to find themselves. The standard for Ohio State is the one Georgia set. Okay? And the Buckeyes have not met it. Full stop. And they're shy a national championship of Clemson. Clemson got 2 in the college football playoff era. Ohio State got 1. Georgia got 2 in the college football playoff era. Ohio State got 1. Alabama got 3. Dominance. Excellence. Unflinching perfection. That's all I ask. I don't think it's that big a deal. You know why? It's not that Georgia has won 43 of its last 45 games, or that those losses are both to Alabama that was coached by Nick Saban, and Nick Saban ain't coaching Alabama no more. It's that they have not lost a regular season game in their last 40. That is how you define the number 1 ranked team in the country. And I thought that Ohio State would be able to throw down a gauntlet going into this. I thought perhaps Clemson was going to give Georgia a little bit more of a ball game than they gave them, but neither one of those things was true. Georgia showed up. Georgia stomped out Clemson and kept it moving. Ohio State They're good. They're real good. They're probably going to win the Big Ten championship. But are they the number one team in the country? Not right now. You got to hold the Akron Zips to zip. That's it. You gave up 6 points. You gave up twice as many points to Akron as Georgia gave up to Clemson. Nah, that's not going to wash. Not when we ranking teams. That's not going to wash. Couple other programs that I just want to point out here. I'm also down on Oregon. Again, you 17-14 in the latter stages of fourth quarter against the Vandals. I'm not with that, dog. And now you got Boise State believing that they can get you. Okay, maybe that's your wake-up call. A little bit further down, I'm trying to figure out what to do with Michigan after getting pushed by Fresno State. And then finally, like I kind of can't wait to see what Iowa and Iowa State looks like, because it actually might be a barn burner. Iowa, who scored 40 points. Iowa scored 40 points just twice in the last 3 years, dog. They put up 492 yards of offense. That's the most they put up since Middle Tennessee like 3 years ago, when they somehow put up 662 yards of offense. I don't think it's a coincidence that Kirk Ferentz was not on the sideline for this game either. And Tim Lester was like, "Now I'm gonna let it cook. Cade, let's go to work. I'm gonna let it cook. Kirk can't say nothing. Kirk not in the building. I'm gonna go let it cook." So let's go cook. All right. That's going to do it for tonight's live show. If you like the live shows after these games, please subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat that it's something that you like. If you would like to see more live shows throughout the week, during the weekday, let me know. See what we can do about that. But I genuinely love talking with y'all about college football. I genuinely love doing the show. It really fires me up. And I will see y'all on the flip side. Deuces.